A main driver for recurring miscarriages is insulin resistance, even in women without PCOS or obvious symptoms. It doesn't really matter if you are big or thin, insulin resistance can be below the surface. It suppresses ovulation or produces weaker ovulation, which leads to an underperforming corpus luteum. And that means less progesterone. Without enough progesterone in your body, the endometrium breaks down far too early. Even if conception occurs, it means even if your egg is totally fine, got fertilized, it can't implant properly. And this means your test might be positive early onwards, and then it turns into a chemical pregnancy. It's very often the case when we talk about 4 to 6 weeks losses. Unfortunately, insulin resistance can also impact the quality of your eggs because they have increased mitochondrial stress, also higher oxidative damage, and are unfortunately a bit more prone to chromosomal abnormalities. And this raises the risk of failed implantation or early loss. Another problem is that it triggers systemic low-grade inflammation, and these inflammatory things then interfere with implantation, disrupt placental development, and also trigger immune reaction of the embryo. Again, fertilization might have occurred, but at the end of the day, it doesn't happen because your body is far too busy to fight the inflammation and can't sustain the pregnancy. It also has an effect on your blood flow to the uterus. Another problem is that insulin resistance often coexists with leptin resistance, and that doesn't get often actually even talked about. It dysregulates immune tolerance, and the body then may begin to treat the embryo as an invader, especially in the first few weeks when immune modulation is key to pregnancy continuation. Now, insulin resistance can also lead to tiny microclots that limits oxygen and nutrient flow to your developing embryo. So again, even if it has fertilized, it might not get enough nutrients to thrive. That's not enough, because insulin resistance can also cause estrogen dominance and progesterone deficiency. And that's a combination that suppresses thyroid conversion, increasing the risk of subclinical hypothyroidism. Thyroid hormones are essential for sustaining a pregnancy, and even normal TSH levels may not be optimal for fertility. Many early losses are linked to insufficient thyroid support. And because it's so important, in my 12-week fertility program, we address insulin resistance directly early onwards. Join now.